Hi, and welcome to the Team Tweeten 5th grade Distance Learning 2020 schedule tutorial. Let's start right at the top. All the days of the week are the same except Wednesday. Wednesday's a minimum day. It will be a minimum day all year, whether we're distance learning, or hybrid, or we're fully back in the classroom. So let's begin. At 7:55 to 8 o'clock, you have a 5-minute window. Hopefully you have used that time to check your email, Google Classroom, and the website for any updates that might have occurred. I will try to get communication out earlier than the morning of, but I can't always guarantee that. But once the kids are able to do that, it'll set their day off on the right foot. The daily morning check-in is a link where they'll answer a few questions to start the day. We'll begin our day doing a morning meeting where it's kind of a mindful moment type activity. We'll take attendance, we'll do any announcements that are needed, and we'll go over the schedule for the day. At 8:30, if we're done early, we'll start earlier, but at 8:30 to 9 o'clock, we will begin our whole group instruction for ELA. We'll be integrating science and social studies into both ELA and math. There won't be a separate time for those, just so you know. So between 8 and 9, you see those are blacked out sections. All blacked out sections mean they're live, they're synchronous, they will need to be in Zoom. There may be situations in the future where we integrate YouTube Live. They will be unlisted, which means that only those invited get to attend, and it allows them to come to a meeting and they can answer or ask questions as I'm teaching the lesson. The lesson will be recorded and it will go onto our YouTube channel where you can find all of my videos, and the link is on the website, okay, our classroom website. So let's look at the small group independent work. You'll have 2 of those sections for ELA and 1 for math. Those are the white sections on the board. Between 9 and 9:30, you'll have the first small group, 9:50 to 10:40, another one for ELA, and then 11:20 to 12:10. Now, if we look at that, between 9 and 10:40, that is a big chunk of time. If they're not in a small group, which they will not be each and every day, they will be grouped, and when it's their group's turn, they will be meeting with me during a specific time. They'll know ahead of time. So if they don't have a meeting on Wednesday at 9 or at 9:50, they may end up having between 9 and 10:40 to do their independent work. And if they don't need all that time, then some of that time can be their own. Okay, but that time is for them to complete their work and to participate in small group. And independent work also includes iReady, which is our computerized, individualized program for ELA and for math. They will do 50 minutes total per week in ELA as well as in math, so that calculates up to 10 minutes per day in each subject. Okay, so then at 10:40 to 11:10, that would be our synchronous math Zoom time, which means live time, whole group math. After math, we'll have a little break again, and then we'll start back up with a small group for math. Okay, so most definitely, if there's only one time for a small group for math, it'll only probably be 1 day a week that I am meeting with each group. So that time may be a time where they have also available, because then it also leads into lunch. So that is 11:10 to 12:50 when it's not their day to meet with me. However, independent work could include all of their math assignments and their iReady. So they may need that time to do that work. Okay, so it's not free time, but it allows them to kind of organize their day during that time and use that extra time to get their assignments done. Okay, after lunch, we're going to have an afternoon meeting. It's similar to morning meeting. We'll wrap up the day, any questions and answers that need to be had and said, and that will be in a live Zoom again. All right, at the end of the day, they will have PE library and social emotional learning, which is positive action with our school counselor. PE is with Coach Borgen and Coach Fitzpatrick, and library is with Miss Bingham. I don't have that schedule at this moment, but that'll be the time, and I don't know if it's live or not. We'll find that out soon. Okay, so there are 2 times for virtual office hours. Those are for both students and for me to check in with parents. So those blocks of time are 1 hour before their PE and 1 hour after their PE, but it really gives me that amount of time. And with distance learning, preparing digital lessons, that are engaging and checking on parents and checking in with students will be take a significant amount of time. So just letting you know that those times, there's not as much time here at the end, 2:50 to 3:05, but there are times for meetings, whether it be on the phone with parents or checking in with kids through Zoom or email. Those times are set into the day. Okay, Wednesday is a slightly different day. You see at the end of the day, it ends at 1 with the afternoon wrap up, whereas the day before it ended at 1, or all the other days it ends at 1:10. There are no virtual hours on Wednesday because those are the times that we're going to be working as teachers to have staff meetings and do professional development and things like that. Okay, so you'll still have morning meeting and synchronous ELA and synchronous math time. You'll still have small group, just a slightly different amount of time. Now, let's talk about Zoom. I'm going to have a Zoom meeting or Zoom tutorial that I'm going to do after this, but I want you to know that although the times for Zoom are spread out throughout the day, when I open up my Zoom meeting, it will be open for the entire day. I have the option to mute cameras as well as microphones, so I can mute the students and I can mute myself unless we are in a live meeting. If the students need to come back and talk to me through Zoom, they can get into the chat and they can do that. If they don't have a meeting with me that day in small group and they have a chunk of time where they don't need to be in the meeting, they can leave the meeting and then they can come back. What that means is that they'd have to log back in and they are in a waiting room until I let them into the Zoom. And that is quite all right. But if they're supposed to be in the live or they're supposed to be in small group, they need to be where they're supposed to be. They'll always know where they're supposed to be. There'll be a schedule. So it's beyond this one. If there's small group, they're not in small group unless they see their name. Okay. But if it's a live Zoom, if it's asynchronous, they should be there. Okay. So I will do a Zoom video tutorial at a later time, but that kind of ends this tutorial here. I hope that it makes a little bit more sense and it's digestible, that the times that are for morning meeting and synchronous ELA and math time and the afternoon meeting, those ones are live, but the small group are dependent upon whether or not your child is in that specific small group. If they're not, they will be spending time on their independent work in ELA or in math, and they will also be making sure to get their iReady minutes in, 10 minutes every day in math and 10 minutes every day in ELA. Okay, whether they attend or they are absent, they really need to get those 10 minutes in because the proof is in the pudding of the data that we have been participating in the pilot program last year for this program, and the kids made a lot of success in ending the year the way that we did last year. The kids may have backslid a little bit, so we really need to stick to the 10 minutes a day to make sure that we're doing the best we can to move these kids forward. So I hope this was informative. And if you have any further questions, you know you can always Class Dojo message me or you can email me. Until our next tutorial, have a good day.